hope everyone's doing okay. The week is almost over and the weekend is coming. I don't know what you guys have been up to. You gotta tell me. But let's see. The next 2 days I'm working in the office. I have things I gotta do. I gotta help John with several things for tax season. So what I did was I've been having a picture taking marathon where I have photographed like over 100 plus items that I need to post, and so I photograph the crap out of them. I have like pictures of everything so that when I'm in the office I can just create postings amidst helping him with, you know, all his stuff. But you know, the stuff I do for him is so boring. It does not require any brain power. Hold on, I gotta fix that. Accounting is the most difficult thing ever, okay? His job, his CPA work, but the stuff I'm helping him with is brainless. And so it's just extremely boring, and I need more mental stimulation. So not that posting does that for me, but it at least keeps me busy. So anyway, now I'm gonna go get weighed in. Don't. Hey, so I left the office. It's sunny and beautiful outside, and I knew I had to take advantage of this and soak up some rays. So it's really not that early. It's like 2:20, but decided to enjoy this a little bit more, so I'm headed home. Hey guys, so I have some things to ask you and then share with you. For one, I gotta show you my favorite type of dress. It's like a faux wrap. It's like route, hold on the side. This is the best. You know why? Because I have a little pooch, and on the days I'm bloated, I feel like this thing covers it. So those dresses are so popular. I was looking for them to get them online, and all the cute ones were sold. So if you come across these types of professional dresses, get them. They're awesome. Pending they don't have like some wacky ass design on them or whatever. But anyway, so I have a question for you guys. I found this sexy ass dress. Okay. It's a sweater dress. I'll show you what the front looks like. And there was absolutely no tag. So I don't know what it's made of. I don't know the brand. I don't have the RN number. I don't have anything. And I don't know what to do with it. It could be something totally cheap, but I think the dress is special. It is so, like, it looks like it took time to make. And whenever anything looks like it took some time to create, I think it's something that would sell that on like Revolve or Net-a-Porter or some of those stylish sites. So if this looks at all familiar, the style, the look, please let me know. I'm really interested in learning more about this dress and seeing what other stuff they did. Imagine cool sweaters like that and like wearing like a white shirt underneath it and that sweater with all those crazy designs. That'd be so awesome. All right. So I'm going to show you some additional information, resources to help you guys with your reselling and research. Before I get to that, I want to answer some questions and expand the conversation on one thing. So remember a while ago I did a video on the items I use for the clothing, the prep stuff for clothing to resell it, yada yada yada. And I mentioned the sweater stone, and some people were like, no, it doesn't work. I bought it at I bought it at Target or whatever. The thing I was telling you guys about is not available at like Target or Walmart. So this is the kinds of stuff you will find at Target and Walmart, right? This is not a sweater stone. It's like a sponge. Don't get me wrong, it's great for lighter sweaters. This is really cool. This is even great for like little stains that are on the surface of like a blazer, and you can shave it off a little bit and use this little sponge thing. So this is good for like small stuff. The sweater stone I was referring to is actually called a sweater stone. It says Garment Care Naturally, and it actually is a stone of some sort. I don't know what it's made of. I guess I can go. It doesn't say on the box. I was looking. I'm like, what the heck is this thing? Some volcanic thingy-majig, but it's ideal for sweaters, knits, cashmere, upholstery, towels, shirts, and bedding. And then always test it before you go crazy on it, so you don't rip stuff apart. But this thing is great. It's awesome. I got it on some website. I don't remember when, a few years ago, and I am still using the same one. Someone told me that they were selling at Michael's. You might check that out. But yeah, definitely I wasn't referring to this cheap stuff. However, talking about the cheap stuff, I did buy this little white mark eraser. It's supposed to be a deodorant eraser. Haven't used it for deodorant purposes yet. It's just a freaking sponge. I don't know if it has some high tech in it or whatever, but it's just like a little sponge, kind of sponge. It worked. I bought a bunch of blazers and they had some light staining, not like liquid staining, but looked like a little tiny crusty, maybe, I don't know, I'm telling myself it was ice cream or peanut butter or something, whatever. But this sucker removed it. It's really cool. I don't know. I've been using this more frequently, so don't underestimate those stupid looking things, I guess. Another thing for removing stuff off your clothes, whether it's just, I don't know, all the stuff that, something's flying around me right now. All the stuff that collects on clothing, whether it's Gigi's hair, which, you can use something, but I love this sucker. I mean, it's just easy, especially when you're wearing something. Oh yeah, so when you're trying to do a sweater, a jacket, a blazer, or whatever, and you're like playing around with it on the ground, and you like turn it around, and when you turn it back around, it still has stuff. Put the thing on and do it like that on yourself. That is the best freaking way to clean a piece of clothing. I swear. You can argue with me if you want, but that is just simply the best stinking way. And then, yes, someone has to do your back. But anyway, so that. And then, yeah, these suckers are out there. I haven't found one that is really worth promoting to anyone. I've been through so many. You have no idea. This is the one I'm doing. I hear Gigi. I don't know where she's at. This is the one I'm doing right now. They're all the same. If you know of one that like is expensive and it's high quality or whatever, I'm totally willing to test it out. Send me the information. Otherwise, I go through these like crazy. I don't like them. Another thing I found, which I don't know if it's going to help anyone or anything, but if you have something black, whether they're shoes, a purse, a top, and it has a lighter stain, just like a white mark or whatever, I recently started using these markers. They are fabric markers, and they come in different sizes. So whenever, because I don't know if that black is going to be a good black to put some, to put it on. So I have this fine tip one. So I always test a little piece to see if it's going to work. And then if it does look like it's going to work, they have the other size, which is that one, and then I just go to town on that sucker. And I've been able to kind of remedy and a few pieces. Also, I drew stuff on a shirt. I had this shirt with a bunch of stains. It's still somewhere. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to get rid of this shirt because it has a really cool style. I love the fabric. How do I hide the stains? I started drawing stuff on it, and it looks pretty cool. I did a bunch of flowers and circles and Anna Original. I should private label that shit, huh? No. So, yeah, be creative. Use different things to help you out to salvage some beautiful pieces that still deserve to be loved. Okay. Another thing I wanted to show you. This is my new favorite style helper book. Remember how in my video I showed you guys a bunch of different books I read, look through, whatever? I highly recommend this one. This is from the magazine Lucky, the Lucky Shopping Manual. Building and improving your wardrobe piece by piece. So I started reading this. You guys, this is just the best. So for each freaking clothing item, you get a whole section, what things are called, the different styles, the different looks. Man, I just can't recommend this enough. And like weekend must-haves and types of dresses. Let's see. Oh, this is really good, like the best pieces for your body and stuff like that. And just all the words, like different types of styling tips and flattering sleeves. Like I never thought sleeves could be flattering, but now that I can kind of see that, I've started adding that language in my postings, like a flattering length on this shirt, blah, blah, blah. You know, you just pick up and learn so much, right? So, let's see. It's just awesome. Like, tuxedo pants, how to sell cargo pants, menswear trousers. I mean, it's so cool. So I found it for $1.99 at Goodwill. Love it. Now, great news is, just the other day, I found another one. And these retail for $30. And I found another one. So I decided I'm going to do like a subscriber appreciation thing. I'm going to put together a bunch of cool things. I saw someone else do it, and I thought that was so cool. And I told myself, if I reach 1,000 subscribers, which I thought would be never, but I did. So if I reached 1,000 subscribers, that I'm going to do some type of subscriber appreciation thing. So I'm going to give away one of these books. I have this really awesome Barbie calendar. It's an 18-month, so you're going to have to remove like the September, October, November, but it has the entire year of 2017 in there. So I'm going to give stuff like that away. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but it will happen, so stay tuned, and I'll find some other stuff to give away. It'll be so fun. I love giving stuff away. So, hey, not too much. I'm not going to give away too much, but I think this is really cool. And let's see. Oh, yes. I had a viewer, and I am so grateful for her, talk to me about one of the sculptures I bought. So a while ago, I did a video, and I showed you guys I got this doodad. Well, yeah. This is worth something. So I'm gonna go into the mode of showing you my desktop, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so take a second and look at this. Owl on a Branch, early sculpture by Curtis Jur. Jar. I don't know. I don't care. Jarre. Now, Curtis jar. Let's just say jar, like a pickle jar. I'll remember that better. So the lady, bless her heart, told me, oh, this might look like this. And so I'm like, huh, look at that, interesting. So I started to look at it a little bit more, and let's see. Hold on, where's the camera? It says circa 1967 jar. Oh, there is a little doodad at the end, so it might be Jarre, because maybe he's Francais or something. Well, anyway, so this doodad is worth something. So first, what I'm going to do is make sure Gigi stops playing with it. It was standing on my marble top by the window where Gigi hangs out at, and she's been like often scratching with it and playing with it. So maybe I'll stop having her do that, for starters. Second, I'm going to do a little bit more research before I get excited. However, I don't think I'm going to be selling it. So I don't want to get you guys too excited. But I started doing a little bit more research and checking out his stuff. This one is going on First Dibs for $1,200. Oops, I just closed something I was going to show you guys. I saw a bunch of stuff on Etsy, also set in stones and things going for a lot of money. I was looking at his other works of art and how much they were going for. I haven't looked at solds. I did do some random searches on Google for collectors, and there's some collectors that specialize in his birds. So maybe, you know, someone might want this from, you know, the collectors, and I think it's pretty awesome. And the fact that it's 1967 is better, because like the 1960s stuff supposedly does better than the 1970s or whatever. I'm going to keep doing research and learning a little bit more about that. But needless to say, it's kind of exciting. I feel like I'm on that show on PBS, when they go and some guy does a little review and they're like, yeah, if I were going to auction this off right now, I would do it at blah, blah, blah. I feel like that was just done to me. Here we go. Something found at a thrift store, and it's shown on eBay for $1,800. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I love when things like this happen. So if something feels good to you, it looks kind of funky, but it calls your name, venture out and take a risk. You just never know. You just never know. So this is pretty cool. All right. Let me see. Where am I? I've been getting a lot of questions about Mercari. And first and foremost, for you of those that don't know, Mercari is an app-based selling platform, just like Poshmark. I actually did a video contrasting the two applications earlier on. So if you want to see how they differ, if you know Poshmark and want to understand the difference, please check that out. For those that do not know at all, it is just a selling platform. Very similar in the sense that you go in, you post your stuff. It's really easy, and people come in and shop in your store. At this time, I do not recommend starting on Mercari. I kind of had it up to here with the company. Gigi, Maria, what'd you do? Come over here. Sorry about that. I am not recommending anyone tries this out. So I just want to be very clear. I do not promote anyone begins selling on Mercari. This is just one avenue I use. This was one of the first apps I used for reselling, because initially, going back 2 years now, initially I used to sell on Craigslist. I did the local apps, like there's stuff of that stuff is not, excuse me, some of that stuff is not even in existence, but I did OfferUp, Let Go, 5 miles. There was some Bebop, Bop something, Lollipop one. There's a few other ones, and I've tried them all, and those are more local, so they were local. I've taken to the apps that allow you to ship anywhere. Obviously, bigger audience, more opportunity to sell. The local apps are limited to the geographical location you're in. So Mercari was the first one I started with, and it, you know, I can't whine and bitch too much about it because they let me enter this world of reselling, so I appreciate them for that. But as a company, I do not want to promote them. So they are based out of Japan. They're like the #1 shopping app for Japan, and they were founded in 2013. They went through several rounds of funding, seed funding, and then after they came to the States and they got funded again with $75 million, I'm like, oh wow, you know, this is great. They're going to get better. They're going to make enhancements that are appropriate for the American public, but I have not seen any improvements. Their customer service sucks ass, okay? And there's a lot of con people on Mercari, a lot of people that are trying to get a bunch of stuff free, so it's annoying. For the hardest time, I didn't want to badmouth them, and I try to stay in this neutral place and say, yeah, but I still sell on Mercari, blah, blah, blah. I'm just getting fed up with them. I recently checked their Better Business Bureau rating. They have like 680 negative ratings, and it's the same story over and over. And so it's not their fault there's scammers out there. So I'm not referring to them attracting scammers. I'm referring to them not participating in the resolution of those scammers having access to the people. They don't work with you. They don't collaborate with you. They block you if you try to like contact them. They delete your account. Their practices are just extreme and super unfriendly. And there's just, I don't see any willingness to work with buyers and sellers. And they're a huge platform for knockoffs and fakes. Granted, if you report something and they see it, they take it down, but they just don't take a proactive approach to resolve those issues. And second of all, they're not doing much to improve their application. So once you post something and it sits there, chances that someone else will look at it are very slim unless that person is looking specifically for that item, because there is no way to refresh your items so they come up to the top. There's just not a way to get them back into the feed or refresh them or anything like that. You would have to create a whole new posting. So I have stuff there that I posted like over a year ago and it's still sitting there. And so at this time I decided I'm not going to add any new items to my Mercari account, and I'm slowly going to just, you know, the stuff that's there, I'm going to manage it, and if it sells, great, but I'm not going to be adding anything new. If I see any improvements in this company, if they start making updates and they kind of do some type of a commitment to improving, and they get some positive PR, maybe, but I don't promote Mercari. I learned on it. It was like my training wheels. The rest is history. So that's Mercari for you. The next question I had was about how do you do your comps? How to do comps? And I think I'm going to do another separate video for brand new Poshmark resellers, because actually in one of the Facebook groups I belong to, someone was asking, how do you review sold items? How do you even begin to do comps. So we take it for granted, you know, some of the us experienced resellers, what that is. For the brand new individuals, doing comps is really easy, and it's a practice that you really have to get into, especially if you're sourcing in thrift stores to resell online. So with comps, you go and you look at the prior sold items in that brand category. So let's say you found a set of jeans. They kind of look designerish. You don't know much about it, so you're going to look it up. First, you're going to Google it. You're going to see what they cost new. So step one of understanding the comps, what did it cost new? Step two, what has it sold for in the past? And you want to get more than one figure and more than one platform, okay? So some people only base their sale price on eBay alone, or just on Poshmark. I recommend to just get a little broader view. What is this pair of jeans worth to the resale community, to the marketplace, whether you're shopping on ThredUp, on Poshmark, on eBay, on Etsy, wherever they could be. What are these jeans worth out there? And so that's number two. Number three, what is the availability of those jeans currently in the market? Like, is the market saturated with these jeans, and now you're just like going to be try to outbid with other sellers who's going to be the best low price person to sell it? So you have to see what the saturation is. I mean, otherwise you're kind of pricing blind, and just what the availability is. Obviously, the more there are, yeah. So for example, let's say you're looking at a pair of Miss Me jeans, and they are $15.99 at your local Goodwill. And you're like, oh, Miss Me's, ooh, they sell at Buckle and Macy's. Nice. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to spend that $15.99. Then you start looking at comps, and you're like, oh, they've sold for like $30, $40. Oh, wow, there's one for $60. That's awesome. Oh, yeah. Okay. Step number three, look how many there are available for sale. You check that out, you're like, oh shit, there's like 100 pairs just under $30. Some are, you know, 22, 25. Boom. Suddenly your decision is made. Do you really want to buy that thinking you're going to have a big profit? Yeah, probably not, especially when the market is saturated with those things. So that's kind of the thought process, right? You go through this thought process, and it's all dependent on what kind of profit margins you want to run. That same pair of Miss Me jeans could get you $5 or $6, and you could be totally happy with it. That's all good. That's all good, but just be aware. Go through that analysis. Now, be very careful of analysis paralysis, okay? Because it can truly paralyze you, and you could be doing it and just spending so much time on it that it's really not worth it. So another question was, how much time do you spend? If you're spending more than 10 minutes on an item, it's probably too long, unless it's something just truly unique and you can taste it, like you're salivating because you're knowing this is like a rare vintage piece or some designer thing. But other than that, especially if you're shopping at the bins, just in your back of your mind, just have some prices set. If you pick up jeans, you know you're going to sell them for this much. If you pick up tops, this much. If you pick up luxury brands, this much. If you pick up mall brands, it's this much. And you kind of get yourself really trained to understand the price points. Obviously, the more you do, the better. Now, going back to doing the comps, don't ever just look at one or two. Not only one or two items, but just understand what's happening in that market with that brand. You know, maybe that brand is discontinued, or like, I don't know, maybe it's completely out of style now. Just do your research before you dump a bunch of money into it. That's why they always say it's really good if you're just starting out. Just test yourself, test your market with the bins. If you have the bins, highly recommend checking them out. If you have Goodwills, shop their sales, they're 50% off, and see if you can find inventory really, really inexpensive. So that's how you do comps. There's probably other ways, but that is kind of the 3-step process in my head that I followed, and I feel it's worked for me. Brands, and more brands. You guys heard my rant about the brands, the brand list. There is no such thing, okay? And you really have to go back and watch that if you don't get that. But let's say you really want to learn and you really don't know stuff, and you're really grasping at trying to get a handle on it and have a starting point on brands, and just you want to start somewhere. You're really eager. You don't want to take shortcuts. The website for you to go to is Revolve. Go on to Revolve. And it's just such an amazing website. It has a lot of great brands that sell well. It has this section called Hot List, and it shows all the cool things that are trending. It has so many beautiful brands that resell really well. If you want a starting point, that's your starting point. I already mentioned that, but I'm going to say it again. Revolve. Second, don't forget, let's say you found some brand and you're interested in it. Find out where it sells, and then look up best sellers. Very often, whether it's a Macy's or ModCloth, a place that sells clothing, will have a best sellers filter. So you want to check that out. You want to see what is selling really well, because that obviously will lead you to understand what's in demand. So that's a great way to scout different websites and understand what's going on in the marketplace. Now, if you don't want to be into the trendy stuff and get all the cool trendy things and stay on top of that, understand what foundation pieces are. In the personal shopper community and the stylists and in that whole world, people build closets based on foundation pieces. You can be someone that specializes in foundation pieces, which are classic, which is where people spend the most money on, because you don't spend a lot of money on the trendy things unless you're into that whole fashion thing. If you're, let's say, a career lady and you work in corporate America, you're gonna spend the most money on foundation pieces for your closet. And those are the things that are timeless. They don't go out of style, and they're worn very frequently, so they need to be made well, made to last, and have a timeless style to it. The black slacks, the cashmere sweater, the black formal blazer, the casual blazer. Just research foundation closet pieces and know a lot what makes that up, and search for those items. There's always going to be a demand for stuff like that. Just great fabrics, great structure. Yeah, I still got to do that corporate fashion video for you guys, and I will. I just don't have a lot of time. It's easier to just do these ad hoc chats with you guys. So that's that. Check out Revolve and check out best-selling filters on places where you like to shop at, websites you like to shop at, or brands you like to look into. Best selling is a great way to understand what's going on. Oops, I lost my face. Where am I? Okay, hold on. I gotta see if I can float myself to the top. Screen, float on top. Maybe that will work. Yeah. So here's real quick, revolve, hot list, styles you love, things you blah, 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 blah. Just check it out. It's just awesome. So my last favorite resource for resellers I'm going to show you is fashion and infographics. So the website is fashioninfographics.com. It is absolutely awesome. So as the name indicates, it has a lot of infographics and the topic being fashion. What's really cool is that you can browse the infographics in a way that's organized that I think is really helpful for resellers. So they have these categories, and you can search the infographics. So let me give you an example. So let's say you want to learn about different dress styles, right? Dresses. And you're going to hit search. And you're going to get the infographics for that category. So here's different dresses. Visual. I like the glossary of vintage dresses too. I get some cool links. Let's see. Top 20, blah, blah, blah. Here's another infographic with different dresses. Another infographic. And you keep going and going. Look at this. Ooh, check that out. Oh, we gotta make it bigger. I have no idea what that is. Okay, that might be kind of not what we're looking for. But you get the point. You get to see all these cool, what the heck? Okay, that was a bad example. So let me go back because I clicked on something I shouldn't have. Let's see. Fashion infographics. Here we go. The list of top 100 fashion infographics. Look at the different categories. Awesome! A guide to organizing your wardrobe. Necklaces and necklines 101. Well, how cool is that? Check that out. Turtlenecks, crew necks, scoop. You know how you're describing a shirt and you're like, man, what is that design called? Or if you have a necklace or would look really great with this type of necklace. Look at that. Sweetheart, cowl, boat neck, collar, square, off the shoulder, halter, blah, blah, blah. That type of stuff is helpful. Sometimes you run out of words, you're like, I don't know, it's just a shirt. It's not just a shirt. There's a lot more to it. 10 shoes every woman should own. Hello? That's a great infographic. Dress neckline styles, a visual glossary. I told you this website is awesome. This should be like on, you know, if we create a little toolkit for resellers, which I created a little Poshmark toolkit, but that never went anywhere. Anyway, if we created a little toolkit for resellers, this website would be on there because it's, okay, where is it going? Where was I? Holy cannoli. Dress necklines? Yeah, dress necklines. My internet is slow. Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! See the line? It's going. It's going. I'll show you Gigi while we wait. Here is the Gigi meter. The Gigi Rama. Gigi-licious. Gigi baby. The Gigi meter. Gigi beepy. Gigi boo-boo. Gigi Linda. Gigi-licious. Gigi, I don't know. Gigi, I don't know. Here she is. Here's my little munchkin. Okay, so this one's not working out. So let's do how to keep your strapless bra from falling down. No, I'm not gonna do that one. Yeah. Now I can't find anything just when I'm just looking for it. Every time I'm in here, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta share it with my people. Oh my God, I gotta share it with my people. Well, anyway, it's really helpful. I just can't figure it out right now. So check it out. Oh, and you know those, when you Google, like, hold on, I'll just show it to you. Never mind, I won't show it to you. There's something going on with my computer. We'll talk about this later. Okay, I gotta wrap up because Gigi's hungry, I'm hungry, and John is gonna come home soon. So, one thing in close, I decided I'm gonna pursue looking into connecting eBay sellers with individuals who want to list. So eBay sellers and listers, whether that is going to be a job board like I mentioned in Lindy's live show the other day, or some other avenue, but I think there is something there for us to connect people who are looking for some honest work with those of us who really need help and are willing to spare few bucks. So if you're interested in pursuing this with me, either as someone who helps me put it together, or a buyer who is looking for listers, or you're someone who wants to list for a buyer, please send me your email address and I will have a email listing started, and we will talk and I'll send you updates and we will see if we can come up with something and have a good discussion. So yeah, whether you can message me in YouTube, you can do a private message, you can leave me your email in the comments, you can contact me on Facebook, you can contact me on Instagram, Boondoggle Bliss. I'm on Twitter, so if you want to contact me, you can contact me. All right, thank you everyone, you guys rock. Greetings and salutations, toodles. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and post.